Without going out of your door, you can know all things on earth. Without looking out of your window, you can know the ways of heaven.
Welcome back. I did not expect to be starting this one. I had it in my head that Sophia starts this one because she's at the top of the notes. But we're throwing a curveball.
It's your turn.
I guess.
Hello, everyone.
Hope you all been doing good. Hope you haven't missed us too much in the 2-week absence. It's been shorter than our month's absence that we just had. Still don't really know what happened there, but let's hope that doesn't happen again because I don't think I have the mental capacity to resit what we're going to be discussing in today's episode.
Yeah, fingers crossed, because this is a heavy one today, guys. So buckle up.
Buckle up. Bring your what we bring in.
Make sure you're hydrated, and you might want some tissues.
And then hydrate again because you'd lose all your water in your body.
Yeah.
And that would be bad because, we are 80% water.
Thanks for that science lesson. Yes, Harry is now
a certified bachelor. Bachelor honours.
Congratulations. How does it feel?
The exact same as I felt yesterday, but now I've got a bachelor honours.
Yeah, you just add that to like every single time you like write your name, just put BA on.
You already know. Like, I'm gonna be sending off formal emails, and you already know I'm gonna sign it off. Harrison James Fitzgerald, Bachelor of Honours. I don't have to. I don't have to specify that it's in music. I'll just say I've got a bachelor degree, and it'll be calm.
Yeah, like let's see that, and you're in. Anyway. What have you been listening to lately?
Harry? Oh, spicing it up.
Yeah, what's been on repeat?
So I've listened to a lot of Oasis because I'm seeing them at the end of the month, which I'm gassed about.
Yeah.
I've listened to a lot of. Well, actually, let's. That's a good. I was not prepared for this one. I've listened to a lot of the Beach Boys. A bit of Joni Mitchell. Actually, I'm gonna check my on repeat on Spotify and just see what's
okay.
Because because like I spin a lot of like records, but like when it's like songs in particular, I just go straight to my on repeat. So I've got a lot of Iggy Pop, a lot of Caroline Polachek, and
this is a great start to the app.
I don't know what this is like the easiest question. Why am I struggling? Why am I?
I just thought you would know.
Yeah, that's what I've been listening to. What about you?
Wow, that's a mixture. For me, it's like the complete opposite.
Okay.
I've actually been listening to a lot of Linkin Park.
You know what? That is on brand for you. I'll give you that.
Yeah, I'm listening to a lot of heavier stuff lately. So like, I've been giving Linkin Park their moment. Obviously, Sleep Token. And a lot of George as well.
Because
it's kind of a weird mix, but
I rock with that.
It's me in a nutshell. Oh, and Black Sabbath as well.
Yeah.
So that's where we're at.
To be fair, hopefully that's a bit more of an insightful question than how we're doing, because there's only so many times we can say that we're just a bit average, and then move on.
You wanted to spice it up a bit,
and then I folded on my own question. How did I struggle to answer? What have you been listening to?
I really don't know. I thought you would like have it ready.
No, I think I spent too long like researching today's topic that I completely forgot about the easiest question.
We do plan these episodes, guys, okay? I just want to make that clear. Anyway.
If you're someone out there that's only listens to the first like 2 minutes of every episode, it's probably the shittest podcast. It probably is, but it's fine. It's fine. It's character building.
Anyway, let's get into today's topic. I'm looking forward to this.
Honestly,
to be honest,
yeah. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it.
We've put a lot of love into this. So today we're going to be talking about George and Dhani and their contributions, collabs. Yeah.
Just their whole dynamic as like, I guess like their working relationship, which is weird because they're like father and son, but it'll make sense. It'll make sense.
I get what you mean. They get it. They'll understand.
So we're kind of framing this episode by splitting it in half. So there's 4 key songs that we're looking at in today's episode. Half of them are written about Dhani when he was younger. And the other 2, Dhani's got an actual input into their creation.
He's got a credit.
And that's kind of how we're framing. So it's gone from like admiration of like a new life, because you know how George loves singing about life and all the little in-betweens and nuances, to like Dhani becoming a musician in his own right. So kind of also with like George's like untimely death, kind of how he passed the baton over to his son. You got to think when George passed, he was around the same age that George was when he was in the Beatles. So it literally is like passing the torch over. And how like Dhani he was never forced to be a musician. It just came to him. And it's the whole idea of, you can take a horse to the water, but you can't make it drink, which is
that is
what can I say?
Great way to start. Okay, so like Harry said, episode split into 2 parts. So let's start with the songs about Dhani. So we have 2 songs here. First one is Soft Touch from the self-titled album. Honestly, one of my personal faves from George, like, period.
It's not really obvious that it's about Dhani. It sounds more like a love song, but I guess in a way, it's loving your child. So it makes sense. But it's not like overtly, I love my child.
Yeah, and I think that's what makes it so sweet. It's very subtle in the way he does it. Because originally, I always thought it was just about Olivia. No, it's not.
And I feel like, again, it's open to like George's music for interpretation. Like, I don't know if this is us rehashing our self-titled deep dive. We need to do another deep dive. Actually, it's been a hot minute.
Oh, guys, let us know what deep dive you want next.
Yeah, you know what? Next deep dive, if you comment below, we'll make it happen. Unless it's like All Things Must Pass.
Okay. I love how we just said, okay, guys, let us know, but not All Things Must Pass. Not his biggest album.
Well, that's got to be like a special, isn't it? And I guess episode 10 would be a bit special, but it's you know.
That's like episode 20.
At least.
Anyway, we're going off track again.
But I don't really want to like rehash too much, because we have like talked about this song and the whole album in depth in the deep dive. But I think it's an important like song, because it kind of ebbed and flowed like when Dhani was born. Like the song kind of morphed around him.
Yeah, because it started off like, I think he wrote it before Dhani was born, and it started off as a remark made by the drummer Jim Countner calling George a soft touch when it came to money. And then obviously Dhani was born, and like you said, kind of changed the trajectory of where the song was going.
George has never been too like keen about it, but it's a very nice song, and like I don't want to get like too like musically technical, but like in the bridge stroke chorus bit when like the chords go down, it goes,
Love so sweet as the ocean is wide, caught by your waves and drawn to your side.
Like it's really well done.
Yeah, and that bit like scratches my brain perfectly.
It really does. It's like a proper like Brian Wilson like descending chord. Like it's, and then the way it like flows back up. I mean, I still don't really hear where Run of the Mill was meant to be on that.
Yeah, I was trying to think that too. So basically, when George started writing this song, he was writing it like off the back end of the melody from Run of the Mill, like the horn line.
Yeah.
So if any of you guys can hear it, let us know, because we can't.
I mean, I've tried to hear out for it. I know the horn line perfectly well. Whatever makes you happy, George. If that's how you wrote Soft Touch, fair play. It's a good song. If that's how it helped you get there, fair play.
Yeah, I always think it's a bit odd though. Like, George said that this was one of his least favorite songs off the album. He was quoted saying that it's just pleasant, but there's nothing special about it. Isn't it about your son?
Yeah,
that's pretty special.
It's an all right melody, I guess. I mean, song subject. It's all right.
It's all right. It's nothing special. Oh, George, this man, like,
he is a living proof of all life's contradictions.
Hey.
And to be fair, we have got a song that's a bit more caring. We have
it's a bit more.
I mean, I think he likes it a bit more, and that would be Unknown Delight. So this was tucked away in Gontropo, and we've already said in our rankings video how this album has aged questionably.
But
this song,
there's so many gems on this album, and Unknown Delight is
a delight.
It's just beautiful. It is a delight. It's a delight to listen to. So this was a song written about Dhani, so it wasn't just kind of morphed around him. So Olivia requested for George to write a song about him, because I guess George was just uninspired in Hawaii, didn't know what to write. And Olivia just said, why don't you just write one about your son?
And like it this time.
Yeah. And not slag it off in the process. No, it's a really sweet song. It's a really like lovely tribute to the both of them. Obviously Dhani is the main focus here.
George is writing about his son, who at this time can like, you know, he's a baby, like toddler, like
he's a baby.
But there's not gonna be like that emotional connection that they'd go on to have, because obviously it's a part of George, but there's not like that emotional intelligence yet.
Yeah.
And the fact that George is already finding like this unknown delight about Dhani, like there's that extra that extra spark, and he's writing this like ornately and like beautifully about. I know it's like it's still their child. Like, don't get me wrong. That's a big thing, but it makes you wonder, like, if George was to write a song around brainwash time about Dhani, how many of them lyrics would stay the same, like have the same kind of message as like Unknown Delight?
Yeah.
Like, it's very stagnant. Like, that song could have been written about Dhani at any point in his life, and it would have remained just as true. I guess that's just the way they brought up Dhani. I don't know.
Yeah. And like, one of the things I love about this song as well is, like you said, with the period of them writing it, of him writing it, there is that innocence. I even wrote here, he's almost singing it like a lullaby, which is really cute.
Yeah, I hear that.
You know, there's not a lot. There's not enough of like lullaby George songs.
He needs to have his good night moment.
I feel like this might be his good night moment.
It might just be
this, or Mystical One demo.
Yeah, but that's not a lullaby. That's like I want you to cry. There's a big distinction.
To me, there's no distinction.
Just like cry yourself to sleep.
I listen to a lot of sad stuff.
That's real. That's so real.
Anyway, yeah. What else can we say about this song?
I think just like,
is that it?
Let the lyrics speak for itself. You got lyrics like, sweet as innocence and free, God has given you the key to the hearts of everyone that comes in sight of you. And with all the love you bring, unknown delight. Like, that is fucking beautiful. Again, it's like soft touch. It feels like a love song. And to some people, they can take away and go, yeah, that's a love song. But I don't know. That's like, there's a really unique thing. I guess it's like, I don't want to like mention like John Lennon, but like similar to a song like Beautiful Boy. Like, that song to me feels more like it's written to a kid. This song could be written for anyone.
Yeah, definitely.
Because like with like Beautiful Boy, you got lyrics like the monster's gone and stuff like that. Like, your daddy's here. Like, it's very beautiful in its own sense. I don't know. It's just, I don't think
that's really interesting actually to think about.
Yeah.
And that is one of the things about George's songs. Like, whatever he's writing about, you can kind of make your own mind up of what you think it's about.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. If you haven't listened to Gone Troppo yet, what are you doing?
Do we have to make another meme about us like being carried away in a stretch of listening to it? We might have to.
We are number one Gone Troppo glazers at this point.
I'm tired of pretending it's a bad album, alright? I'm tired.
And it's like the perfect time to listen to it. It's summer. Like
it has got some absolute clangers. Like Baby Don't Run Away. I can do without that one. But even then, I like it. I like it.
And it's got the most aggressive like album opening from the 80s you'll ever hear.
It's so I don't care. I don't care. If Phil Collins made that kind of music, maybe he'd be That's all I'm saying.
Here he comes. Okay, right. We're moving on. How do we segue?
I guess like we're in part 2 now. It was quite a short part 1, to be fair.
I was just thinking. It was very short. Okay.
We were like, yeah, we might have to span this one over 2 episodes.
No.
I don't think that's happening now.
No.
I mean,
we just talked through that so quickly.
And we went on tangents. I thought we had pages and pages.
I know.
Oh well. Oh,
But
well,
like,
it's fine.
there's not like a lot you can say about those songs.
It's just so
That
much an unknown delight, isn't it? They're nice. They're pleasant songs, to quote George.
okay.
But
Okay, now, yeah, shut up. I'll shut up.
you can do whatever you want, Soph. I'm not gonna tell you one way or another to shut up. But yeah,
Yeah,
shut the
sometimes
fuck
you
up.
need to just tell me to shut up.
Shut the fuck up. So George and Dhani would go and share the stage together twice during their time together. I was about to say as father and son, but like they're never gonna stop being father and son. You don't retire from that.
Like it was an act.
Yeah.
Like fathers.
He turns 18, he's like, yeah, I'm not your son anymore. I'm not your soft touch.
I'm not your unknown delight, Dad.
Screw you, Dad. I'm done being your unknown delight. That's rebellion right there. The teenage angst.
Oh god. Anyway, yeah. So they would share the stage twice. Once at Tokyo Dome on the obviously on the Japan tour in 1991, and George's last ever concert, which was at the Royal Albert Hall in 92.
Which, I can't lie, I'm absolutely gassed. So if you've been following the Instagram, you'd see that I acquired a little, it's actually quite big, George Harrison scrapbook. And it has an original Royal Albert Hall ticket from...
Insanely jealous.
I don't know how I finessed that on Vinted. He's actually the sweetest guy. Shout out Antonio. He was telling me about how like he has his massive Beatles collection, but his only priority at the moment is his like granddaughter. It was so cute. And yeah, anyway. So like a lot of our feed's been full of like news clippings from like the it's called like a George Harrison compendium, which is quite hard. I rate that. But yeah, just
I am insanely jealous though. Like, can you just photocopy?
I might have to
everything
just for
and
you.
send it to me. Thank you. Thank
But
you.
I mean, it's not quite as good as seeing George, but I'll take a ticket. That's insane. That's actually insane.
Yeah.
Considering
it's like the next best thing.
Yeah, considering like he's not done many like gigs, to have it like a George Harrison ticket, that's pretty special.
For his last show as well.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. But now we're talking about songs that Dhani had some involvement in. So he obviously has gone on to have a music career in his own right. He's very unique in a way that he hasn't used his name for like clout. He wanted to prove himself as a musician. So he's had projects like The New Number 2 and didn't have his first solo album until he was like in his 40s.
Which is crazy to think about.
Like he's obviously acknowledged that the Harrison name and brand is huge. And you can't, no matter what, you're going to have eyes on you. And don't get me wrong, I wouldn't be listening to his music if there wasn't that connection, because I wouldn't know.
True.
But
shout out to Inner Standing, his 2023 album. Incredible album.
It really is. It really is. I'm so pissed off. It was on Amazon for 14 quid, and I was about to check out, and then it went up to 40 quid.
Oh, what?
It was for 14. I should have copped it.
That is so real, because for me, I was gonna pre-order the signed versions that came out.
Yeah, I remember those.
And I don't know what I did. I think I just talked myself out of it, which I do that a lot. I was like, no, I don't need that. And it was like,
it is a lot of money. It is a lot of money.
Yeah, it was like 30 quid, which I was like, that is really good. And I just talked myself out of it. I was like, nope, I don't need more records. And at that point, I hadn't even heard the whole album. So I was like, No. Now I regret it every day.
I was just checking now, and it's up to like £32 plus £2 postage.
Is that the neon one?
It doesn't even say it says this thing's dodgy as hell. It's not even being sold through Amazon. It's being sold through Replex CD2 shipping from the UK in all capitals.
That's legit.
Cheers Amazon for that. But yeah, side tangent. Bloody hell.
Hey, it wouldn't be an Inner Light episode without our little tangents.
Exactly. So. And to be fair, we want to get this episode length up. Like part 2's got to do some heavy lifting.
Guys, Harry literally told me to shut the fuck up.
No, I didn't. Nah,
yes,
I'm not standing for that. Not standing for that.
And then you were like, "Oh, we went through the first part so quick."
You told me to shut you up. You said, nah. Not standing for this. Not the gaslight.
He's gonna play the clip now. He's gonna play the clip.
I'm gonna bring out receipts.
Oh, you and your receipts. Put them away.
It's public indecency. Put it away.
Okay, anyway. So Dhani had oh my
right
Dhani had okay, let me just so the
stage is yours.
Fucking hell.
Don't be scared.
Okay. So the seeds of the father and son working relationship actually began in 1988 with Cloud9. So 1988 and the Wilburys era.
It was just like that weird, like in between, like Cloud9, start of the Wilburys. It was a bit like
that era.
It was a time of change.
Yeah. And at this time, Dhani was 9, and he provided vocals, first time ever, alongside Ravi Shankar and David English for the song. Say it, Harry. Say it.
Oh, am I finishing your sandwiches here? Okay.
Yeah.
Rajbun. What a belter.
But like, most of the audience are lost. They're probably like, what is this song? And we're here to tell you about this.
We're here to sit down, and you know what? I'm gonna link where it's from, but we'll discuss that very soon. But I just feel like it's important to, after this episode, just check the description below, and just
I'll probably post it on Instagram as well, on the stories.
But I feel like we should have the full experience linked below, because it's really an experience that a George Harrison fan should discover at some point.
Yeah.
But anyway, the songs, if I had to describe a song, it's like an Indian children's song. Does that make sense? Would you say that's right?
That's like the only way you can describe it, I think.
How else can you describe it apart from like absolute peak? Like, I'm so conflicted on this song. Do I love it or do I hate it? I don't know.
I think hate is a strong word.
Yeah, no, yeah.
But like, I don't hate it. You know, I can bop along to it. It's cute lost media, I think.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
I mean,
so yeah, if you're wondering what the hell we're talking about, this is a song that appeared in a children's TV show called The Bunbury Tales.
And if you want to know what a Rajbun is, he's a fella in the show.
Yeah, apparently so.
In the episode Rajbun Story.
And the song the song Ride Rajbun. It's about him.
It's his story.
I didn't know anything about this until Harry told me about it.
You see, there's a life before and after the Bunbury Tales. And I can't lie, as much as I love George Harrison, I am not watching this show.
No.
I have not watched the series. I think it's cute. And
it's very much a product of its time, I'll say.
And it was on Channel 4. I do love a bit of Channel 4, a bit of Gogglebox.
Oh, it was on Channel 4.
Yeah. But I mean, it is a cute link back. So the director was Bob Godfrey, and he was heavily involved with Yellow Submarine, which I thought that was quite cool.
Yeah.
I mean, the only bit of this show that I've watched is the bit where the song's used. I feel like personally for me, I've seen it all from that.
I don't want to see anymore.
And that will be linked below should you want to endure. Is that enjoy? Endure? Indulge.
Yeah, indulge in Ride Rajbun and let us know.
So the show is apparently centered around rabbits who played sports. From the link below, I did not get a fucking thing of that. Where was the sports? I saw
Where were the rabbits?
There's this bloke called Catman who's apparently evil. That he's in the song. Ravi Shankar bigs him up. It's a very weird. It makes sense that Dhani's involved in this. It's like it is at the end of the day like a children's song for this. I just feel very conflicted with its existence.
It is very odd. And Harry, who was the person to spur George on to go into this project?
Let me take a wild guess. Was it a Mr. Eric Clapton?
See here. I don't
know. Why? What? Like, again, I've only watched the 5-minute clip. I'm so confused what it is. Why is Elton John in the soundtrack? Why are the Bee Gees why do the Bee Gees do the main theme? I've got no idea.
Why is this cast? Why is this soundtrack just stacked?
And it was
oh fucking hell.
The only way to get this George Harrison song is to either have the original cassette or the original CD that came out as a promotional disc or really limited. You're looking at about 150 quid online for the CD, which is criminal because it's fucking Ride Rajbun. Why is this George Harrison's biggest rarity that's official?
Literally.
Like that and Mo, both songs. It's insane. It's cute. I'll give it. It's cute.
It just sends me that Eric Clapton is involved.
Because of course he fucking is, isn't he? It's Eric Clapton. I mean, apparently the show's about. I don't get it. Again, it's only that 5-minute clip. I can't judge a Bunbury by its tail, but.
Oh my god.
So the story goes...
Where is this episode going? I
don't fucking know.
We told everyone to get tissues. We're just please.
So the story goes...
sip of water. Fucking hell.
That apparently Eric and George were playing cricket in the grounds of Friar Park. And Clapton somehow gets George involved in this. I don't know how Eric was involved in the first place. I again,
because he's everywhere.
again, I didn't really think I had the mental capacity to research any more of like the Bunbury Tales, so you're gonna have to forgive us on that because
Just do it in your own time if you're interested.
if you're that keen. The end of the story is one way or another. Dhani ended up in the studio with George. Where the fuck the song ended up, that's nothing to do with me. I don't shoot the messenger.
Yeah, we just went like a really long roundabout way.
Just to say,
to say that.
just to say that Dhani sung a bit at age 9.
He sang a bit. It is really cute though how like even at 9 years old, George was like spurring him on with music. You know, getting him into the studio. Like,
I read in an interview as well that Dhani was a guitarist. He played around with like drums, like piano, like
yeah, he dabbled a lot.
Like guitar was not his I mean, we're age 9, like we're miles off that now. But guitar was never his like primary thing growing up, which shows that he wasn't like spreading the man, like it wasn't like as soon as he was born he was handed a guitar.
Yeah, you know, there was the story about him wanting to learn the piano lick for Hey Bulldog, which is really cute. And
the Beatles, like he was very sheltered from that growing up, which you'd think.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how George was able to. I mean, he wanted to give him as much of a normal childhood as possible.
Yeah,
as much as you can with like Bob Dylan coming in like every day, like your neighbor,
and like Tom Petty.
Yeah,
like that's crazy.
Like,
but to him, they would just like
Yeah.
probably like his dad's good friends, you know.
but like, could you imagine being Dhani going downstairs trying to have like your leftover dinner, like reheating it in the microwave, and you got Bob Dylan having a beer on your like sofa?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Like having leftover pizza from last night, and there's just Bob Dylan, and I'm like, oh hi.
I still can't get over the. I mean, I sent you the Rajbun video, and seeing your reaction was bloody priceless.
Well, you sent it to me, and I was already watching.
You was already watching it.
And I'm just like, what are we looking at here?
Could you not
Anyway,
tell the really in-depth creative plot? Yeah,
people are just gonna have to go and check it out themselves.
Yeah, I don't really think a podcast is a good medium to describe what we saw.
Yeah.
But anyway, so turning of the millennium, Dhani was old enough to contribute more than Rajbun, to say the least.
A lot more.
I mean, most notably, you had the 30th anniversary of All Things Must Pass. So you had a song like I Live For You, which, why wasn't it on the album, George?
I ask myself that every day at this point, because I don't know.
But besides, it exists, and Dhani did some beautiful guitar overdubs on it. And there was probably the most notable co-write, which was the song Horse to the Water. And this is where the episode takes a dip. We can't talk about this song without addressing George's health.
No, this time period was very rough for the family.
I always liken this period of George to like Freddie Mercury's like AIDS diagnosis. Like, he didn't want anyone feeling sorry for him. He was very clear that he was going to carry on doing what he was doing and make the most of every second.
And he went through several treatments during, I think it was from 95, he was diagnosed. And then it went away, then it came back again in 97.
That's when it all snowballed.
That's when it worsened.
And then we had someone like Michael Abraham. Again, we've got to think this has just come off John Lennon's assassination in 1980. This attack on the 30th of December 1999, it definitely took years off his life.
It really did.
He had 10 stab wounds and a punctured lung. I can't even begin to comprehend.
And especially when you read into it more, it's heartbreaking stuff. Like, it's really hard.
I mean, Dhani there
to talk about.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Dhani there and then was ready to say goodbye to his father. He was covered in blood trying to help him. George was brushed with death. Dhani stated how pale he was. George kept repeating, "Oh Dan, oh Dan," and he let out a breath that sounded like it was over. Fortunately, they endured.
Dhani would later recall him saying about the intruder, he wasn't a burglar and certainly wasn't auditioning for the Wilburys.
And surprisingly, Abraham would be found not guilty a year later due to insanity and paranoid schizophrenia. He wrote the Harrison estate a sorry note, a very blunt sorry note, a day before the hearing. And Olivia found it quite convenient that he did that, but the family did find a way to forgive him for what he did. That is...
Yeah. It's very admirable of them.
So the song itself, Horse to the Water, it's obviously got a veil of sadness around it, with it being George's last recorded song.
He was only able to provide vocals to this composition, as his cancer treatment made it too hard for him to play guitar.
It's a hard listen. You wouldn't know that he was in as much pain as he was.
And it's one of those songs that not a lot of attention is drawn to it.
No.
I think for good reason.
I guess part of the reason is because it was tucked away in a Jules Holland album as well, rather than...
Yeah.
Because we've got Brainwash as his final statement, which at the time he was rushing to get done.
Mm-hmm. So not a lot of people, I don't think, really know about this song, which is a shame. Because it is beautiful in its own right. And it's the last song that George and Dhani would ever work on together.
I mean, again, it is a hard listen, but when you put the context of it, but just as a song, what a fucking send-off it is. It's like, obviously we haven't got a lot around this period. Brainwash did kind of do a great job at encapsulating it all. There was about 25 songs around that session for Brainwash, so a few of them are left on the cutting room floor. Will we ever see these circulate again? I wouldn't want to say for sure. That's on the discretion of the family.
It does make you wonder, though.
It does. I mean, George was saying that there's a song called Valentine that he absolutely loved, which there's no recollection of that anywhere. So it's all plausible. It's all, but I feel like if we can just take this song as his final statement, it's drenched in religious imagery, and being a song with Dhani, it is that, like, to quote Dylan, that changing of the guards.
Wow. That's a nice way to put it.
Yeah. I mean, Dhani was like, he was never like sought on being a musician. He never had to be.
No, I mean, in his, like, after school, he was working in Formula One.
Yeah.
Like, that's like the furthest away from music. You know, he was working with cars and like McLaren. So it's really admirable for him to come back and, you know, push himself to finish off this album.
And Dhani was present for most, if not like the majority of the demo sessions for Brainwashed, between Switzerland and Friar Park. Switzerland was where Horse the Water was recorded and where he spent most of his time later in his life. Jeff Lynne said that instinctively he knew how the song should be put together. Jeff said that Dhani was a great guitar player and matched his dad perfectly. It is definitely the changing of the baton, the like almost like a relay.
Stepping into his shoes.
If you're a Beatle, they're pretty big shoes to fill. That can be daunting for anyone.
Yeah, and you can see that, you know, with all the other, I don't like calling them Beatle children. You know, you can see it, especially with Sean carrying on his father's legacy.
I mean, I feel like it's more poignant with someone like Sean because with like McCartney and Ringo, they're still here to protect their legacy.
Yeah.
So it's completely different, and it's almost hard to think like with, I guess, someone like take like James McCartney for example. He hasn't got as much to prove because his father's still there.
Yeah.
He can just do his own thing. And don't get me wrong, that's still got to be daunting being the son of a Beatle. Like, you're going to release music, people are going to make comparisons regardless of what.
Oh, definitely. Like anything you do is always going to be, it's always going to come back to who your dad is. But I think that's one of the things I admire most about Dhani. He's so grounded in what he does. You know, it's obvious that he does it out of love and this obligation he has to his dad's legacy. He understands the importance of it. He understands the importance of preserving it.
I mean, fortunately, you can go into any record store now and there will be George Harrison albums. He's done a great job at keeping his father's music alive. When George died, he was undergoing a CD reissue campaign to keep all of his albums back in store.
Mm-hmm.
It's taken time for these albums to be back, but his music has never been more accessible, and that's thanks to Dhani's spearhead. I mean, Dark Horse Records is back and arguably more prevalent now than it was in its heyday, with artists like Joe Strummer, Billy Idol. So like, there's a lot of not just new music but archival music coming out. That's not and
to add on to you saying like you can go into any record store, you know, the past weekend I went to 2 new record stores here in Florida and there were the 2024 pressings, like remasters of Cloud9 and Brainwashed. I was like, this is crazy.
And you were finally able to complete your George Harrison collection.
Finally. Because that was the last album I needed, and now I have it.
I feel like Dhani always saw his dad as his friend first, his best friend first, and the father second.
Mm-hmm.
Everything he does is out of love. I mean, he would always stay grounded to his father. He provided overdubs for the Traveling Wilburys collection, like the bonus tracks Like a Ship and Maxine. Future Celebrations, he obviously played at the concert for George. That must have been incredibly hard. and then organising George Fest. And we've also got all the reissue campaigns that are going on. But by all means, he's still doing his own thing. He's still making his own music, leaving a mark on the world.
I mean, he opened for Jeff Lynne's ELO the other night.
Yeah.
And he's continuing to do his own thing, work on his solo albums. He still records everything at Firepark Studios, which I find really sweet.
And the studios are still going. Like, Dhani says that there's still a constant stream of people in and out. Which
and he's just...
you wonder, us next? Please?
Like, we know that studio's in full swing, you know.
And just think of how many improvements the pod could make from, you know, a permanent fixture. Just saying.
We're right here.
But as for what's next, Dhani stated on the release day of Brainwashed on an MSN web chat of all things, Brainwashed, and I guess by proxy a song like Horse to the Water, was a difficult process, but cathartic. But it's always going to be taxing for him and his family. He cannot see himself rushing back to the studio and work on more unreleased music, which to this day we haven't seen. We've seen like new archival stuff, like we've had the Material World box set and things like that. But as for like unreleased like new tracks, we haven't seen that kind of thing.
I mean, we haven't seen it released officially. You know, if you dig around on bootlegs and YouTube, you can find unreleased stuff.
Yeah. Especially from like the Brainwashed era, a lot of that is locked to the family, which, to be fair, I'm glad. As much as I love bootlegs and I'll listen to shit like Doing the Bonzo Dog and whatever fucking rarity from the Cloud9 sessions, I'm glad.
Or like Ride Rajbun.
Or like Ride Rajbun. I'm just glad that the family's got that, and it's up to their preference whether or not they want to release it. Like, the amount of music now that's... I mean, how many artists have got like a new album coming out and it gets leaked like the day before? It's rife. The fact that the estate have got such like a tight lock on his music means that it may never see the day of light. But when it does, time...
You mean the light of day?
What did I say?
It's a day of light.
Day of light, inner light, all the fucking same, innit?
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. It's good to know that his legacy is in very capable and caring hands.
What the fuck? I just went down to the bottom of our notes.
Yeah?
So, if you want to explain what the fuck...
Oh, yeah. This was my, like, last point. Like, talking about Dhani. He can officiate weddings. So if he's listening, can he do mine?
Folks, I think we're gonna wrap it up there. I think that that puts a nice little ribbon on it.
I think so.
That is kind of mad, though.
You know,
that is a flex.
It is mad.
Weddings.
It's crazy.
That's probably the most impressive thing, apart from like Ride Rajbun this episode.
Dhani Harrison can officiate weddings. There we go.
What more could you ask for?
Exactly. Thank you all for listening. I know this has been a bit of a whirlwind of an app.
It's been a bit of a clusterfuck. 1 minute we're Ride Rajbunning. Is that a riding? And yeah,
who's up riding their Rajbun?
Who's up? And I mean, obviously we had the more serious topics closing out the episodes. Sorry for a bit of a downer.
Yeah, we've kind of left it on a bit of a downer.
How can we pick it up?
play a clip of Rajbun. That could be like our outro.
You know what? I fuck with that. I fuck with that. Thank you for listening.
Okay.
Next episode, I've got no idea what we're doing. Let's just
Yeah,
ride, let's just ride that Rajbun. Take care.
Beautiful. Take care. Bye. Right, I'm doing this again. How do you say it? Rajbun.
Rajbun.
Rajbun.